YouTube, listen, before we get started, I just have a public service announcement, a PSA for you. Go to our Patreon page, Team Box Cutter. Patreon.com/Team Box Cutter, CUTTA. We're doing a live show for everyone who's a patron. We're going to actually call up the members. You can go online and debate us live. You can debate us over the phone live if you pay a certain amount. Just support the show. It's going to be crazy. This Friday, 7 o'clock, live debate with all of our patrons right on Patreon/Team Box Cutter, CUTTA. Support the show. Get your live debate on with us. Anything you think that we did wrong, you can say it to our faces. Friday, 7 o'clock. Peace.
Come out to the bar.
Hello, YouTube. Cheers and welcome to the basement. My name is Bruce Lively.
D-Boy Slim without the cigar today.
Okay. And the Basement Debates is the first daily hip-hop debate show. From Tuesday through Friday, we tackle the most intriguing topics in hip-hop culture and the world around it. So welcome back, Basement family. And if you noted, in the intro, we say we're speaking on the intriguing topics in hip-hop and the world around it. Today, we're definitely going into the world around it.
Donnie Dummy.
Oh, God. Because it matters, people.
Donnie the Dummy.
Because it's important.
Listen, I'm not going to hold y'all, man. I'm going to tell it, and I'm going to tell my partner right from the gate, man. I'm shooting to get flagged on this one. Like, I don't know what you want, partner, but
I'm about reality and truth, so if that gets you flagged, if that gets us flagged, then that's the life. But let's talk about August 25th, 2018, John McCain died. This is after he made the decision to stop medication, to not be a burden on his family, or whatever the reasons are. You can only imagine a million of them. He died, brain cancer, very soon after that decision. What we're talking about today is Donald Trump just boosting McCain's legacy. I mean, his seemingly petty dismissals, his going in front of people and talking about a bill that John McCain's name is on and not saying the name, all the way to, obviously, him needing to be forced to even lower the flag after John McCain died. The war hero died. He had to be... Listen, this is what we're talking about today. I mean, is he boosting McCain's legacy, or is he just being a strong man like everybody who voted for him thinks he should be? With that being said, let go.
You got to be kidding me.
You gotta be kidding me, bro.
I'm glad I yawned on that point.
Well, let's... Yes.
Listen.
There it is.
Listen.
The world around it.
YouTube. You may not like this. You may try to view this or pinpoint this as controversial content or rocky content that But listen, and we're gonna get back at y'all too, YouTube, because I don't like the way I did my man Willie D.
Oh man, we're talking about that.
We're gonna get back to that too.
I have a couple opinions on that myself. We might see what that is.
But Trump,
45.
These type of days, I would be interested in seeing what your boys on. Shout outs to what is that you watch? TYT. I would
the Young Turks.
I would
Cenk Uygur and a Kasparian. Y'all check them out.
Be interested in seeing what kind of talk they got today with today's shenanigans with Trump. But we got our own.
They say the same thing.
Yeah, we got our own. I think it's ridiculous that the president of the country has to even be asked twice to look. Listen, I didn't wear this to be patriotic. It just coincidental. Yeah, it's just coincidental. But
I happen to be red, white, and blue too.
It coincides with what we're talking about today. The president of the country, someone who campaigned around making America great again, had to be asked, damn near warned, several times to lower the flag for a fallen soldier. Not a, John McCain, he was more than that, obviously. He was a senator, but a guy that served his country. Period. This guy served his country. He was a P.O.W. He was a prisoner of war for 5 years.
5 years.
I think it's disgusting.
Who could have gotten out the first year, but decided to stay in because the reason they were letting him out was to be a publicity stunt, and kept all the people that went down with him, that were in the camp with him, they were going to keep them in.
I think it's...
And he said he was going to stay in until they let them out. While receiving wounds in his shoulders and his legs, while being tortured. After being tortured multiple times, continued to stay in until his friends got out. No matter what you think about his politics, don't tell me that he's not a hero because he got caught. I'm sorry, continue.
No, and I'll give you the floor and allow you to expand on that in just a second. I just want to go over the fact that, we dealing with a president right now. Let's not lose sight of the fact.
This is the point.
We're dealing with a president who right now is involved in a federal investigation.
Right now is involved in a federal investigation.
Who was being questioned? It was like 100-something charges, I think. Everything from probably treason to you name it, man. This guy is...
Well, really, they call it collusion, but it's conspiracy.
All of that.
To subvert an American election using a foreign government, which we know to be Russia. That's the main idea. But what happens is when you're a career criminal, they start to look into your finances and they start to look into the people you deal with to see if Russians are there. And the mandate that a federal prosecutor has to have is whenever they find something illegal, they have to look at that too. When they look into your finances and you've cheated people your whole life, when they look into your lifestyle and they see you've lied to gain money,
did he
ill-gotten.
Submit the tax returns?
When they see that you've lied on your taxes, your whole life, like these things start to come up. The list is this long. I don't know why Democrats are so weak and we don't just try to impeach him already. Cohen already implicated him in the crime that we're talking about, but instead, no, we won't do it. If that was Clinton, he got his dick sucked in the Oval Office and they impeached him immediately. That was it. This guy has at least 5 prostitutes.
Violations.
From Playboy to strippers that has fornicated with to you Christians, to us Christians out there who seem to believe something one day and not the other. Come on, man.
Unacceptable. Let me just finish up my point. So this is the president that's in question of breaking damn near every law in the book. And you would think somebody that's going through a federal investigation, that's been implicated in crime, will be in total compliance of a war hero and somebody that served their country, that's just died. You would think that this, you'd be in total compliance of lowering the flag or whatever the procedure is that honors, the soldier for his life and celebrates, him being a soldier and serving his country.
That's the point.
You would think that, but not Donnie. Not your boy Donnie. This guy.
Let me say this. This is the debate. Did he just boost John McCain's legacy even more than it should be? Because I'll say this, I don't like John McCain's politics, much of it. I don't think that I think he's a war hawk. I think he would have sent us to war any chance he could. I think he was okay and complicit with monies being spent as long as it was for his party, but not the other. I think he has a lot of problems. But there's 2 ways to look at this. Your boy boosting his legacy up because he's being petty and ridiculous seems to be the normal way to look at it. But there's another way, and that's the way of the people who elected this guy. Because if going to Helsinki and telling Vladimir Putin that you believe him over your own intelligence agencies isn't a problem, then this is not going to be a problem. If you yourself go to Germany and disrespect Angela Merkel, if you go to the European Union and go all the states of the European Union, you go there and disrespect them by telling them that they need to pay more. Like you're some type of mob boss, and that doesn't bother you? This is nothing. Not lowering the flag for John McCain is just another thing. If you can go and have dinner with the North Korean dictator Kim Jong-un, say that you won the war, he goes back and continues making nuclear bombs and laughs at your face, and then your response, or your people's who voted for your response is, well, let's just wait and see what happens, then this doesn't mean anything to you. And that's the problem, is he didn't boost John McCain's legacy. John McCain is a war hero who gave up his life and his legs and his limbs for his friends. Came back and became Republican, unfortunately, but we can defend him. But those people don't care about that. If you can go for a man, if you can vote for a man and defend a man who has disrespected America at every single level, militarily, monetarily, to the presidency itself.
Let's not forget this is the same
to the
guy
election itself. This won't mean anything.
When the campaign was going on, who told John McCain to his face, "You're not a war hero. You got captured. A prisoner of war." We call that P.O.W. Let's not forget, this is the same guy that told John McCain.
They voted for him after that.
They voted for him after that. I want to know what
we're living in a different place.
Of veterans.
Listen, what you're old school, brother. You're old school. You're old school. Even niggas in America that don't believe in voting or this and that know that there's a certain ideal that's uplifted is why we march. Because of everybody should be equal. Because we defend our homeland. Because we defend the place that our parents and our children are born. These are not just American ideals, they're human ideals. When you know that we've lost all of those very human democratic ideals that we look up to, that we fight for, yes, by kneeling to the flag and by fighting for it.
What are we saying?
There's nothing left. It's a different America we're living in, and this means nothing.
If we don't honor the guy that risked his life and to serve for his country.
Doesn't mean shit.
When that's
doesn't mean nothing.
Not valued anymore, then I'm not sure.
It means nothing.
I told Bruce beforehand that it's an indication. See, I told Bruce something before we got on air, and I said, a lot of times in Barack's term, you heard the country is how far the country has come.
Yeah.
Because obviously, for obvious reasons, he was the first black president that we've ever had. So you realize like a lot of racism lines were crossed and so on and so forth. Well, with somebody like Donald Trump in office and sitting in that same chair, in that same position, you realize how far we have to go.
This is America. Don't catch you slipping.
If there was, because we live in a democracy, so he was elected in the office. That still boggles my mind.
He didn't get a popular vote, but he was elected by the rules that we have here. Yeah,
that's still mind-boggling. That's still mind-boggling because this guy was the biggest clown bozo you seen.
Still is.
Still is.
He's looking oranger and oranger these days. Did you see his last little charade on Fox? Like, the dude is super orange now. It's getting ridiculous.
And I'm gonna just say this, and I'm gonna let Bruce wrap it up.
Go ahead, man.
I wasn't the most engaged person when it came to politics prior to Barack Obama. Obviously, and I'm
President Barack Obama.
And I know that I probably speak for a lot of other people when I say that. Barack was definitely my first time voting. I became engaged, and you know, obviously with him having the same skin color, you felt included. You felt, you know, and he was very inclusive, you know, and making you know, and making the American people, those of color, feel that way. Not only those of color, but everybody was included. This guy's the most divisive president that I've ever seen.
Period.
And so it's just on all levels across the board, you realize how far as a country we have to go. You know, just as well you thought that we had come so far and we made so much progress. Well, Bruce said something wise before we got on the air, and he said this will have a long-term effect on the country. And I kind of believe that, because things usually do when you, especially, you know, influence and you know, the negative that he's spewing on everybody, negativity, like
the way he conducts himself in the presidency lingers on to the next president. We have turned ourselves into a reality TV nation, and therefore the obvious blowback of that is we find people who are famous for whatever reason and popular qualified to be whatever they think they can be.
To run a country.
People who do nothing. Jocelyn, who's been on reality TV for 5 years and has yet to put a single out.
Saying she can become a rapper.
She can become anytime, and just as long as you say it, and you're what he is a TV star, and we're now at the place we have to accept this. We're now at the place where anybody who's popularity is okay with us.
Yeah.
This is where we are until we start reading again and start demanding more and start asking proper questions and demand for more from our media. This is where we are.
I don't need to say it again, because like I said, this guy
is going on and on.
You know,
listen, people.
He campaigned about making America great again. That's what's so crazy. Like,
despite our rants on the subject, the question is valid. Do you think that because he's being so petty, it just makes John McCain end up looking better in the long run? But let us know. Or you could have is it a draw?
You could have a different perspective. I'm looking at it from the morale point of view, and it doesn't do anything to highlight more of his life, you know, which we should be celebrating. We're talking about the president's antics once again, which puts the light back on him, not John McCain. And that's why I say, you know, this guy, he's just a class A bozo. Like he's just, you know, he's just a bozo. The guy's in the, you know, guy's in the ground. He served the country.
He's looking very orange these days, people.
So, I mean, if you ask me, no, but if y'all have a different perspective, a different twist on it, let us know. We love to hear that.
This is what it is. This is the basement. Today we were talking about the world around hip hop because it matters. It's all hip hop. It's the life that we live and what we rap about when we are rapping. So give us your perspective. What do you think? Did he boost John McCain's legacy by being such an a-hole? Or is he just doing the right thing and everything will fall into place? I think, unfortunately, he's doing what American people want. But the basement is here for you to have that debate. Leave those comments and we shout you out. I already shouted out everybody on yesterday's show, and so I'm waiting to hear from you.
More dope shows coming. Keep tuning in. Keep showing that love. We show it back. We out of here.
Peace.